Welcome. I've been expecting your arrival. It is I, the GOAT. And sorry for no upload last week. I was busy having fun in Seattle. In this video, I just want to share my experiences there and if it's worth it for you to ever travel there. With the up and coming World Cup taking place in Seattle, I thought it would be only fitting. So first thing I just want to share is the airport. There's nothing too special about it. Just a normal airport. But I did notice they don't check your shoes. I thought it was mandatory for like all airports to do that unless like they changed the rule or something. Let me know if I'm missing anything because I was honestly really confused that they didn't check your shoes. But other than that, the airport was pretty chill. Ubering to the hotel wasn't too expensive since the airport isn't too far from the city. So, not that bad. I'm gonna talk about the good I experienced while at Seattle for only 2 days, mind you. So I didn't get to experience everything, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. The food they had there was pretty good. They had good pastries, seafood, and more. So there's not too much to complain about the food department, except for a couple of things that I will be getting to later. The city itself is beautiful with how green everything is and how the buildings just tower over everything. It reminded me of New York, but more colorful. I'm from LA, so all of the plants just look dead, so I wasn't used to all of the greenery, which was a nice experience. There's many different places to visit as well, like the Needle, the Old Fish Market, the OG Starbucks, the Spheres, which sadly I wasn't able to get into because you have to make a reservation 15 days in advance, give or take, but it did look beautiful from the outside. The pier was probably the best part of the trip because of all of the food variety, entertainment, and scenery. Took a nice boat ride for an hour that costed $35, which was pretty reasonable, I would say. But if I had more time, I would have went to the aquarium as well, but sadly I wasn't able to go. Me and my dad went to go eat at a restaurant, and we both ate a seafood broil, which is pretty damn good if I had to say so myself. The only issue I had was it said on the menu that it's $80 per person, right? But the waiter asked if we were gonna share it, which you would assume means that we're just gonna share the one dish, pay $80 for the one dish, right? But no, they still charge $80 times 2 for the both of us. So what was the point of even asking if we were gonna share? I would have just gotten something else if I would have known that. It's probably my fault for assuming that, but at the same time, it feels a little scummy. And lastly, for the good, me and my brother went to Lumen Stadium to watch the Seahawks game. Seahawks won, by the way, with an ass whooping. Lumen Stadium, where the next World Cup is gonna take place, is a really nice stadium. Not on the same level as SoFi Stadium, but you just can't beat that. Lumen was pretty nice though for the 2 stadiums I've ever been in. Okay, now it's time for the bad, and there's a good amount. The first bad I wanted to talk about is literally right after we had flown back. Speed was in Seattle the next day, and I had just missed out on Speed, bro. Please, Speed, I need this. Alright, time for some real bad. The city is expensive. Yeah, probably to the surprise of no one. But some stuff was even more expensive than in LA, which is surprising. For 8 tiny schmeckles of tacos was $50. That's more expensive than my Chick-fil-A order. And that's for 8 small-ass tacos you could finish in 2 bites each. They weren't even good either. They were dry as hell. Honestly, some of the restaurants there are probably just tourist traps, so be careful on where you eat. Speaking of eating, there's one McDonald's in the city or something. There's barely any fast food around, which is kind of strange to be honest. And that one McDonald's was very sketchy since McDonald's is the only thing relatively cheap in the area, and that's where all the homeless people hang out. So it does make sense since that's like pretty cheap. So there's definitely a correlation there. That area was just pretty rough, to be honest. There's a lot of homeless people in the city while we were there, and it's honestly pretty bad. It's definitely not as bad as LA, but it's definitely up there in homelessness as well. Also, on the pier, I was walking with my brother, and some dude was just standing right behind him, like breathing down his neck. He didn't touch my brother, thankfully, but if he did, I was gonna punch him in the face if he did anything. I think I could have taken him. But I bet you if I hit him, I would have gone to jail because, go figure, it's Seattle. That strange little man proceeded to do it to other people as well that were walking down the pier. I was just trying to warn other people, just trying to be a good little Samaritan. Another bad experience was the hotel. Not the hotel itself, the hotel was actually pretty nice, but the practice. They charged my dad $80 for sitting in the lounge area one time, and for getting coffee a couple of times. And they didn't charge him $80 once, but twice. Like, how the hell does that make any sense? My mom is trying to dispute that charge, so hopefully that goes well. But as of the time of recording, nothing has happened so far. Also, I didn't have time to go to the Nido, which was unfortunate. I would have loved to have gone there, but I'm also afraid of heights. And the last minor bad thing I wanted to talk about was the lack of food options. Yes, there were a good amount of food options on the pier, but inside the actual city area, there wasn't really a lot, to be honest. Especially with the lack of fast food, that just cuts down a lot of options. I'm just thinking more of LA on like how they have pretty much everything you could think of, which is why I think Seattle's a little bit lacking. But that's probably just a me issue. Maybe you'll have better luck there. In conclusion, would I recommend going to Seattle? In my opinion, I would have to say yes if it's your first time, because it is a beautiful city when there's no homeless people around. But honestly, I wouldn't go back there. LA is just better because of how much you can do there and how much you can eat. New York is a second place in my opinion, and Seattle is in third place of the big cities that I have been to. If you had different experiences, then your opinions might be different. But if you agree with me, let me know. Anyways, I will be going back to normal programming for videos. But if you did like the live action videos, let me know and I'll do more, maybe. Alright, goodbye fellas. Take care now.